Thank you so very much. Isn't it great to have someone fly all the way from the East Coast, excited about what we're doing here in Texas, because we're leading the way. Thank you so very much. I met a young man by the name of Jalen, I think. I don't know if Jalen will come up here because Councilmember Borkins mentioned important people, and they are there. And Councilmember Costello, I want to pay tribute to that 75-year-old lady that may be a little older, so I'd say a young woman who stood up and you heard her voice. It's important when people speak, is it not? Yeah. Give her a big hand for speaking. Jalen, will you come up? Are you ready to walk up here? But Jalen is how old? 4 years old. Jalen is in the audience. So I want everybody to raise their hand if they are interested and committed to good eating, healthy eating, and living long because they're eating healthy. Let me see your hands. Jalen said he likes lettuce and carrots. Here he is. This is our future, everybody. Wow. See how he will pull me to my seat. So let me quickly say this. There is hope. And what we have seen today is a combination of hope, determination, and optimism, Mr. Vong. Thank you. As an immigrant coming to this country from Vietnam, you symbolize, you and your wife and children, what America is all about. I pay tribute to you, for you have come to a foreign land and made greatness. Give him another big hand. You've made Jalen happy. To Reverend Nash and Reverend Lawson, and to Bishop and Mrs. Usher, and to the leaders of this community, I am simply here to say what value comes from governments working together. Yes. It is wonderful to be able to reflect that here we find not only appointed government, Houston Housing Authority, I see one of the board members, Ms. Richards, Lance Gillum, but I see state government represented in Representative Alma Allen, Representative Boris Miles in his absence, working together. And then, of course, you see our local government with leaders like the head of the Housing Community Development, who I've always known has a heart of concern. Working with the federal government and Dr. Pringle and those of us in the United States Congress who continuously provide these federal funds to be matched to make a difference in the lives of people. So the message here is that this equals hope. Councilmember Adams had hope. Jalen has hope. Don't think I don't mind Jalen being here. He likes lettuce, what did I say? And carrots. Jalen has ownership. But to be able to see, well, hold him up then, right? He needs to be right here by me. So come on over here, Brother Borkins. Get the ants off of him. Put some water on him. In any event, it is important to see legacy from Councilmember Adams, translated to Councilmember Borkins, and a man who went out and drove 20 minutes. I might say he might have drove 30 miles, Councilmember Costello. So my message here today is one, to remind you that working together, there is hope, there is optimism, and there is opportunity. Now, many of you don't know, as I close, that I served as the Deputy Agricultural Commissioner under Commissioner Jim Hightower. I traveled the state of Texas going to grocery stores. I think I'm just going to come in yours. Looking at the scales, making sure that the consumer got the right amount of product. And I also tested organic farms. I know you're going to have some organic foods because you're talking about healthy foods. Give them another big hand. So I've got a little expertise. The food bank is in my congressional district. Grocery supplies with Mike Nichols is in my congressional district. And we work together to make a difference. So I want to thank those who grew up here, Councilmember Borkins and Adams, who traveled this distance here. My good friend and someone who has no office but is a committed and dedicated citizen, Gerald Womack, who continues to make seniors fall in love with him everywhere I go. Where's Gerald Womack? And so I say I don't keep his schedule. But I think the most important part here is that this American came first to this country without speaking a word of English, and came and sacrificed, and now has come to pick a lucky number, number 12. Number 12. And he is going to build hope, opportunity, and optimism. Councilman Burke, thank you for your service. All of those who are employed by this great store, thank you for your services. And I will continue, Councilmember Wynn, working with all of you, because I want the citizens to know it is not an I or me. It is a we and an our. It is us. It is immigrants and non-immigrants. It is people working together to make a difference. And it is the community development funds. Thank you, President Barack Obama. Thank you to the Secretary of HUD, who has worked with us as members of Congress to stave back those, push them back, who want to cut funds that come to here. Let me finish on this note. There are some more federal funds to be coming here, Mayor. And I know that you have been a champion. And I want to make this promise. I hope we're not breaking ground and being disappointed and disenchanted, Mr. Gillum. But we're going to work with HUD to get them to understand that it's the city that directs and the community that directs how these funds should be spent. If we want housing that is multiple and single family out here using federal funds, then we need to be listening to all of you. Wouldn't it be good to have new housing and a new grocery store? And so, just as Councilmember Costello said he didn't want you traveling 100 years to get a grocery store, I don't want you to travel 100 miles to get a house. And we must work together. And as a member of the 18th Congressional District representing you, and working with HUD, we're going to get them to understand that when you build newness and greatness, what did I say? There is opportunity and optimism. I don't want to close without acknowledging Senator Rodney Ellis, who I know was detained out of town, and to offer to my dear sister Alicia Green and all of the city's sympathy in the loss of her mom. She is here today. I don't know how she does it, but she is here today. We love her. She's been such a contributor. That is, of course, Mrs. Ellis, but she's Alicia Green, and we thank her so very much for what she does. So, my friends, may I add a congressional element to this? I'd like Mike Nichols, unless he scooted out. I'm not sure. Did groceries? Come on down, Mike. And I'd like the Vaughn family to come again. Come again, sir. You symbolize America. Mrs. Vaughn, the children, you symbolize, if you would just come again. I'm excited in this ongoing conversation.
If I can get the other grocery supply.
Oh, come on down.